Well, on Christmas Day, 1944, CBC radio listeners across Canada heard a uniquely Canadian nativity story from the southern BC interior. It came from the imaginations of school children, and it became a book. Bruce Kirkpatrick now with This Week in History.
This is a lino cut designed by one of the students, the Inkameep students.
Imagine the story of the Nativity written as if it happened in southern British Columbia. Imagination is exactly what some children used 73 years ago to tell the story based on their own lives and surroundings.
The animals and birds, seeing how tired both Mary and Joseph looked, did some tricks to make them feel happier. The rabbits pretended that they were clowns as they jumped about and danced on their hind legs.
Some dozen or so First Nation students attended the Inkameep Elementary Day School on the Osoyoos Reserve. Between 1932 and 1942, their teacher Anthony Walsh used art, music, and drama based on their culture to teach and inspire them.
Walsh was, when he started teaching, discovered because of their language skills that the best way to connect with them was through art.
In preparation for a Christmas concert in the mid-1930s, Walsh asked his students to visualize and draw the events of the Nativity as if taking place in the Okanagan. Some of the drawings were used for Christmas cards.
This is someone who was probably worshiping at the Nativity scene.
In 1938, Walsh's students, impressed by Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, made a Christmas card with dwarves in native costume and sent it to Walt Disney. Walsh also wrote down the story of the Nativity as the students related it to him. The story, with illustrations by one of the students, Francis Baptiste, was published in 1940 as a tale of the Nativity as told by the Indian children of Inkameep.
Definitely a very Canadian Christmas story.
Mary and Joseph find shelter in a cave instead of a stable, wear deerskin clothing and put Jesus on a cradle board rather than a manger. Later, Mary and Joseph flee from the cruel chief to save their son, the young chief.
It's the story as told, retold by them, interpreted by them, based on their experiences and where they lived.
On Christmas Day, 1944, a radio play based on the book was broadcast nationwide by CBC Radio. In the words of Sam Baptiste, son of Francis Baptiste, it was a time of unique historical and educational value, as children took a Christmas story a half a world away and made it their own in the sagebrush country of BC's interior.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.